CrimeFighters, promoting security consciousness.
Crime is a universal challenge. It has no boundaries or permanent residence. It is a negative reality society must continually tackle. While incidents of terror and other violent crimes are on the rise in some parts of the country, others have maintained an enviable track record of peace and a declining crime rate. This is because the police have left no breathing space for the criminals. Ebonyi State is proudly one of those without the burden of a heavy crime rate. Recently, our crew went over to Abakaliki, the state's capital, for an exclusive interview with a veteran officer and commissioner of police, M.A. Diko. The conversation began with a background info on the command.
Well, Police Command is one of the 36 police commands in the Federation. The command came on board alongside with the creation of the state, sometimes in 1996. We have 3 area commands, one at Onoke, one at Abakaliki, and the other one at Afipo. Each of these area commands is headed by an Assistant Commissioner of Police. There are altogether 18 divisions spread over the 13 local government areas of the state.
So, what is the security situation or crime rate like in Ebonyi State?
Generally very low compared to other southeastern states. In fact, the whole federation, the crime law here is very, very low. This is attributable to a number of strategies put in place by the command, particularly our community-based policing approach and intelligence-led approach in policing. Most of our strategies here have to do with the community we police, and in so doing we also encourage intelligence information from members of the public, and this has paid off greatly, whereby most of the information we get from the public, when we act on it, we achieve results.
But is there a specific crime that is prevalent in the state?
When we talk of prevalence, well, let me say murder is one of the crimes that are on the high side. Apart from murder, I think we have these issues of mostly communal clashes arising from land. But these ones are not prevalent. But murder, yes, that's the most prevalent crime in the state. These things don't even arise normally. They don't result from intention. Mostly people fighting, or there are some communal clashes here and there. The end of it is that you see somebody get killed. It's not that somebody intentionally get up and say, I'm going to kill X or I'm going to kill Y, no. But they arise from issues that give rise to them.
Does the command have a specific game plan for tackling kidnapping, which has been a major crime issue in the southeast zone?
In this area, we also partner particularly with our sister agencies, the DSS. We have an excellent working relationship with them. And immediately we have that incident of we all come on board, working together, and then before you know it, the hit is on the kidnappers. And believe you me, I can say that we have been achieving tremendous successes, even though I can't say 100%. But we have achieved tremendous successes in the fact that immediately it happens, we are able always to geolocate where they are through all these modern devices. And they get information of what we do, and the hit is on them, and you see that the victims are always released within the shortest possible time.
Is there a preemptive strategy in place on the challenge of terrorism and insurgency?
When you talk of insurgency, it's something that we'll continue to talk here for the whole day. You understand? But we have this collaborative understanding with other sister agencies, and following the directive of the Inspector General of Police, we have put in place some strategies which will ensure that we don't have these incidences. Like, for example, the intelligence-led policing. We are always ahead of intelligence. We encourage our int department to go out and get information. about the movement of, if any, of these insurgents. And let me say it categorically clear without fear of contradiction, we're ahead in terms of this trend of this. Anything we get, no matter how minute, we get the information and work on it. Secondly, also, we partner with the public. The public are very, very, very helpful. The Ebonyi State members of the public, they have given us tremendous assistance in terms of information. We have received so much information we work on, and this thing has helped in no small measure to assist us in keeping tabs on this insurgent movement or activities in this area.
Is Ebonyi State immune from the challenge of conflicts between the cattle herdsmen and local residents?
Yes, it used to be serious, particularly during the dry season, when the Fulanis are in desperate search of greener pasture for their animals. But when we came on board, we still resorted to this community approach, whereby we encourage the Fulanis, whenever they go to any community, they should make their presence known to the head of that, to the AZ or to the council. And by so doing, they avoid clashes of areas where they may go, like farmlands, or areas where that are no-go areas, or maybe a reservation area or something of that nature. And that has paid off, because we held a joint stakeholders meeting with them. And we told them the importance of this, that look, you are coming in with their cattle or animals or whatever, and you are looking for grazing land. It's better for you whenever you come to any community, you announce your arrival, your presence, so that the people will give you their no-go areas. And that has worked for us. It has curtailed to a very, very low level these incidences of Fulani and farmers' clashes in the state.
How has the command been able to reach out to members of the public?
Well, we have so many layers of reaching the public. We have the clergy, we have the youth organization, we have the market women, we have the chairman of the various council and the coordinator of the various development centers. The stand of the command is this, that nobody should take laws into his hands. The best we can do as a good Nigerian is to pass information to the law enforcement agencies, not only the police, any law enforcement agency. When you pass the information, leave us. We have our own statutory stages where we check on that information, assess, analyze it, and if it is true, we come back to you and give you a feedback. And this is how we keep the confidence of the public with us. Give us information like this Apipo incident you said. When the people were intercepted at the checkpoint, well, the people, as you rightly say, they mistook them. Boko Haram, oh, they are coming, they are coming, they are coming. Well, they didn't take the laws into their hand. The police were there on time. They handed them over to my area command. The area commander, after briefing me, I said, you should bring them down here. When they brought them down there, we subjected them to investigation. Later on, we found that they are all nationals of these West African countries who are traveling a route to, I think, Equatorial Guinea through Cameroon. That is through the Cross River axis. But that is where I end. After that, I handed them over to another sister agency, the immigration. The immigration did their own bit, and when they came up with their findings, we go back to the same members of the public. That saw what happened, that arrested or saw the arrest, and say, look, contrary to this group of people that were intercepted at so checkpoint or so date, they went through investigation. This is what we found and handed over to immigration. After immigration did their own business, that's all. So through that, we were able to calm the nerves, and to show the people that it's not everybody that you see that is either an insurgent or whatever name, under whatever name you want to give the person. But the person is entitled to whatever mode of dress he should wear. Is entitled to follow this route because it's part of the Federation of Nigeria. So, and with time, I think people are getting to understand, yes, what we are saying is the truth. It's not everybody you see you tag as insurgents under any this thing.
Does the command have any plan to sensitize members of the public on security in the forthcoming general elections?
We are yet to convene that stakeholders forum, but it's part of the agenda of the command. We are waiting for the right time. The right time in the sense that if we do it now, long before the commencement of the political something, people might tend to forget. So we are waiting when it is almost about the time ANEC will lift ban on campaigns. We intend to have it a two-layer thing. First, with the political parties, those that are on ground in the state. We are going to call them so that we sit down and have an eyeball-to-eyeball discussion, frank talk with them. After that, immediately after their primaries and the candidates emerge, you understand what I'm saying? When the candidates emerge, then we'll call the candidates concerned now. So you see, it's going to be a two-pronged approach. First, with the political parties that are the machines, the machineries through which the candidates use. Then after that, we give a gap. Primaries will follow. At the end of the primaries, we'll now invite those who emerge as the ticket bearers or flag bearers, whatever you want to call them. Then we'll hold a meeting with them. And that one will be continuous until when we get to the election period. And we don't intend to do it alone. We'll be doing it with other security agents. You know, there is this interagency consultative agency in all the states, made up of the police, the commissioner of police, the chairman, and other agencies. So we intend to have that approach with the ANEC, and I believe that will pay off because we don't want to do it just once and for all. It will be a continuous exercise.
Are there any specific unique challenges confronting the command?
The challenges of a commissioner of police is just, I think, it's something with like in all commands. You understand? We still have challenges in areas of working logistics to work with, even though the Inspector General of Police is doing his very best to make sure he meets at least our basic command. Then there is the manpower problem, the personnel. The personnel are not enough to police the state, but we are doing the best we can. But we have at this junction, most states must appreciate the tremendous assistance and cooperation the state government is giving to the police command since I assumed office. The state governor in the person of Chief Martin Alechi is forthcoming with a lot of assistance.
So, what will the CP M.A. Diko consider his achievements in the command?
Yes, one of the major achievements I can attribute to myself, although I leave that to the people to judge, but is this issue of checking the activities of cultists. Since I came on board, actually, we've gone all out to checkmate cultism, both in the higher and the tertiary institution and in the cities. When I came on board, this issue of cult activities was, let me say, on a little bit higher than average. But since we came on board, we put machineries in motion with the stakeholders involved, and I can say without fear of contradiction that these incidents of cult activities are now reduced to the barest minimum. So I can regard that one of my greatest achievements since I assumed office here.
CrimeFighters, the #1 security program on television.
While at the command, we learned of the arrest of a notorious armed robber and serial rapist, Sunday Nwali, aka Machine.
The suspect, Sunday Nwali, also known as Machine, who is allegedly a man that commits and disappears. So we finally caught him. He is the person that murdered the Choma and raped the co-tenant Sandra, and he disappeared, then went and regrouped with a gang that served 10 years jail term for a case of armed robbery. And when they came out from jail, they now co-opted him to join them and attack the man, the complainant in the matter for which they were jailed at Efium. So the day they went to the man's house, the man had some noise and disappeared, ran into the bush. So they saw the man's son this machine here now suggested to the gangmates that since they couldn't find the man, that is it not better they waste the son? And he was the one that pulled his gun again and shot that boy dead. So we have been looking for him for a series of killings and rape cases, and eventually, after a well-coordinated, intelligence-led, arrangements, we are now able to nab him. So we got the exhibit, the gun he has been using. The girl, the Sandra, is around, and she is the one that identified him and his cohorts. Two of them are already in prison custody because when he committed this crime, he vanished into thin air. Then those other two were arrested. She identified them, and we've charged them to court. They are now remanded. So it is after what I told you before that we are now able to arrest this other person.
My name is Ajog Sandra. On the 22nd of April 2014, I and my friend, we were at home. So around 7 o'clock, she went down the street to buy finger battery. Then I waited for her till 10. I didn't see her. Then the next thing I saw was when she ran inside and she closed up the door. Then I asked her what's going on. She told me that some boys were pursuing her, and she explained those boys to me that they were the people that pursued her the day we went to buy something along the street. So and I said, okay, that she closed her door. So when we slept around 9 minutes after 2, so around 3, we just had a voice. Then it was a male voice. The person was trying to carry my friend out of the room, but we refused. We were holding ourselves tight. So the next thing he did was to shoot the girl. Then he took me to the backyard and raped me and told me not to talk, that if I mention or cry when I get inside the room, that he will come back and kill me. So after some hours, I now ran out from the room, because when I now entered the room, my friend was already dead. So I now called some of our neighbors that they should come and see you. So when they came, we now reported to the police station. So they went to that junction and picked the boy that pursued her that night, and he came there after this machine killed the girl. So he came through the window and flashed torch to know whether she was dead. Then when the police arrested him, they now charged him to the state CID at Abakaliki.
So you identified the machine?
Yes.
Did you know machine before?
I normally see him at that junction there where they normally collect money from all these trailers that used to pass there, because there was a day when we went to buy something, they called the girl and she refused to come. They now chased her. So after that they didn't pursue her again. Then the next one they did was to pursue her that night and killed her that night.
Was it only machine that was there?
I saw 2 people, machine and one short man, but by name Santos. Yes, they've arrested him.
CrimeFighters, the #1 security